The northern forests of New England produce very high-quality softwood and hardwood fibers. Prized by papermakers, these fibers are carefully combined to produce a quality of paper not available in other regions. This fiber is one of the things that makes Rumford special. When trees are harvested, they are trimmed and sorted according to quality. Not all trees are used for paper making. Some are cut for lumber, some go to furniture makers, and others become specialty products, such as toothpicks. Pulpwood arrives at the mill scale building where each truckload is weighed. The logs are removed from the trucks by crane and stored in the appropriate hardwood or softwood pile in the woodyard. Once inside the wood room, the logs are moved by conveyor to one of 3 revolving debarking drums. The drums tumble the logs to remove the bark, which is not used in making paper. The bark is then sent to the cogeneration boilers, where it's burned along with coal and other waste products to produce steam and electricity. As the debarked logs leave the drums, they're carried by conveyors to the high-speed chipper. It reduces 4-foot logs to 1-inch chips like these in about 1 second. The chips are then blown through pipes to the mill chip loft or chip silos or to our chip storage piles. Each chip pile is capable of holding between 19 and 22,000 tons of chips. The mill uses about 4,000 tons a day, some of which come from off-site chipping facilities in New Hampshire and Maine. We also purchase sawmill waste chips from area lumber mills. These chips are delivered by tractor trailers. The trucks are emptied and the chips are blown or pushed onto the appropriate softwood or hardwood storage piles. Chips are then drawn from storage and conveyed to the top of the digester, where the production of chemical pulp begins. There are 2 types of digesters, but they are both basically huge pressure cookers. They are loaded with chips and a caustic solution called white liquor. Under very high temperatures, this white liquor breaks down the glue-like substance called lignin that binds the wood fibers together. The result is a soft pulp. After being cooked, both the hardwood and softwood pulps are washed to remove the liquor residual and the dissolved lignin. This combination is called black liquor and is burned and recycled. The pulp is brown at this point and must be bleached before it is suitable for fine paper making. After bleaching, hardwood and softwood pulps are stored in separate tanks. This is the wet end of a paper machine. It's called the wet end because the stock is 99.5% water at this point. It flows out of a holding tank called the head box through an opening called the slice and onto the wire. The wire is a porous, endless fabric which turns at a very rapid speed. As the stock is carried along by the wire, water is drawn off by vacuum devices. When it leaves the wire, the paper is in sheet form, but is still about 80% water. It then proceeds to the press section, which does just what its name implies. The paper is carried on a wet felt and is pressed between huge rollers, which remove more water and smooth the sheet. As it leaves the press, the paper is about 60% water. It is then dried on large steam-heated drums. Water is removed as the paper comes in repeated contact with the hot drum surface. At the end of each paper machine is a reel where the paper is wound onto a large spool. This is called the dry end of the paper machine because the paper is now dry. The width and diameter of the spool vary according to the size of the paper machine. Most coated papers require a glossy finish, which is achieved by a process called supercalendaring. The sheet of paper passes between alternate steel and hard cotton rolls. Temperature and pressure polish the coating to a smooth, glossy finish. After supercalendaring, the paper is ready to be cut into rolls suitable for shipment. The spool is placed on a winder containing circular, rotating knives called slitters, which are positioned to cut rolls to the exact width and diameter specified by the customer. Each roll of paper is also given its final visual inspection before shipping. We take great care to ensure that our products meet our customers' expectations. Quality control checks are made by both people and machines throughout the paper making process. Paper quality is continuously monitored by the most advanced online instrumentation. Samples of paper are also removed at various stages and sent to our labs, where they are tested for strength, moisture, shade, brightness, smoothness, and other key properties. Once the paper has been quality checked, it proceeds to the roll wrap area, where each roll is wrapped, weighed, and labeled. The roll wrap station is computerized so that information is maintained in our database for future reference. The wrapped and labeled rolls of paper are then ready to be shipped to their destinations by train or truck. Each day, Mead's Rumford mill ships about 1,600 tons of high-quality paper to customers around the world.
Sometimes at the end, remind me that almost all of our roadway